Hello students, welcome back to the lesson Body Movements Part 2 Classic CBSE. The first class, the introduction part was discussed. We'll continue the human skeletal system in the second part. In part 2, we are discussing only about the structure of the human skeleton. Look at the structure of human skeleton. There are 206 bones. These bones in our body make up a framework called as skeleton or skeletal system. You can see the structure. The main parts of your human skeleton: the skull, ribs, backbone or spine. Then you have forelimbs and hind limbs. These are the four main parts of your human skeleton. We will be discussing all the four parts in detail. First, we have to look at the number of bones present at birth and how is it modified or changed into 206. While birth, you have 305 bones. By growing, these bones are decreasing to only 206 by adulthood. So there are some bones which are fused to reduce this number. So what are the four main parts of your human skeleton? There are four main parts. The first one is skull. Second one is the backbone or spine. Third one is the ribs. And the fourth one is the limbs in this forelimbs and hind limbs comes. In the case of birds, the forelimbs are modified into the form of wings which helps in flying. What are the main functions of human skeleton? The first one is it provides support to your body. Second one is it is giving the framework and shape to the body. Third one is it is protecting all the delicate organs present in your body. Also, this helps in movement, and these inside of the bones present a type of soft substance called as bone marrow, which is the production center of blood cells. Which is the first part we have to discuss? We'll discuss from the top part of your human skeleton. It is skull. You can see the skull consists of many parts. This I am dividing into two. The first one is brain case. Brain case. The second one is facial bones. The second one is facial bones. How many bones are associated with the skull? There are, total number is 8 plus 14. So total it makes 22. So total how many bones are there? 22 bones are present in your skull. Out of these 22, 8 are there in the brain case 8 bones are there in your brain case. Facial bones, it makes 14. So you can see brain case here. So total 8 bones are there. So what is brain case? This is the part of the skull protects the internal organ brain. There are 8 tightly packed flat bones which are immovable, fixed in one place. And this brain case consists of the space or the holes for eyes. So you can see here, this is making the space for eyes. This holes, it is called as eye socket. Inside eye socket, your eyes are fixed. And facial bones, it starts from here, top part of the facial bone and lower part of the facial bone. Total number of bones, it is 14. On the top part, what are the things present? The facial bones form both upper and lower jaws. The upper jaw is firmly attached. So this part, this is the upper jaw. This upper part is attached with the brain case. The upper part consists of the space, and this is giving the holes for nostrils. You can see nostrils. The space given for nostrils. The space given for ears. So the upper jaw consists the space for nostrils, that is your nose and ears. The lower jaw bone is movable. So even this upper jaw comes under the upper jaw consists of, out of 14, the bones which are present in upper jaw, it is making the hole for nostril, making the space for ear, and it is consisting your upper jaw of your mouth. So you are not able to move the upper jaw because it is not coming under movable bones. And coming to the lower one, the lower jaw bone is movable. Just imagine if your lower jaw is also not movable like upper jaw or brain case, you are not able to eat, you are not able to talk. So that is the reason the lower jaw bones are movable, which enables you to chew your food and able to talk. Your teeth are embedded in the jaw bones. So this is about the most important part of your human skeleton, skull. We'll move to the next part. So your skull is connected to a type of arrangement that is your support of your body, which is giving you the framework. It is called as backbone or spine or vertebral column. You can feel a raised bone. Now you can touch and feel your backbone using your hand. Just feel a raised bone present at the back just below your skull. This extends right up to the base of your hips. That is, just after the skull, it extends till your hips. That is your backbone. So at the end part, there is a tailbone. It is not consist of only one bone. If just imagine if it is made up of only one bone, you can't bend. You can't do anything. it will be in one stretch. You can't do anything. That is the reason many small bones are arranged. It is called as vertebra. It is called as vertebra. So this vertebra, if you take the vertebra, total how many bones are there? 33. 33. So the backbone is formed of 33 small ring-like, you can see here, ring-like, like this. Ring-like bones called as vertebrae. So together it is called as the plural word vertebrae. Single it is called as vertebra. So because of this arrangement of vertebrae, in this way you can call this as vertebral column because it is like column-like pattern. So this vertebrae join end to end and forming a tube-like structure. You can see like this. A tube-like structure, and inside this there are gaps. So if this is arranging like this, you can see the holes. Through these holes, the internal delicate organ, your spinal cord is passing by. So the spinal cord is protected by your vertebral column or backbone. And between one vertebrae to the next vertebrae, if this is the first vertebrae and if this is the second vertebrae, how is it connected? Here, I'll give another color for understanding. So here, there is another thing. What is the thing present here? Joining one vertebrae to the second vertebrae. This is cartilage disc. Cartilage disc, that is a type of thin type of bone. It is helping you for movement. So this cartilage is present at the pinna of your ear, at the end of your nose. So it is soft one. So that is making the movement possible. You're able to bend your body. Okay, so this is about your backbone. So if this is the skull is connected to the first vertebra with the help of a joint. That joint is called as pivot joint. So pivot joint is making the head to do its movements. So the connection is given with pivot joint. Next we'll move to the rib cage. So you can see the picture. It is looking like a cage. How can you feel it? Now place both your hands on your abdomen. Move your hands up and press your fingers. Now can you feel the bones of your chest? Yes, these are ribs. These are called ribs. So the ribs are packed in a cage-like pattern. That is the reason it is called as rib cage. There are total 12 pairs. 12 pairs of bones are present for this rib cage. You can count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the first 10 are joining to the sternum, joining to the chest muscles. You can see the connection is given to the center part, that is your sternum. And the last two pair, you can see here this one and this one. These are not connected to the sternum. Not connected. These are called floating ribs. These are called floating ribs. So the first 10 pairs are not floating. It is connected. The front part is connected to the chest muscles. The back part to the backbone, the last two pairs which are floating. So it is called as floating ribs. It's not connected to the, it is connected to the backbone, but it's not connected to the front part, that is to the sternum. So these ribs are defined as thin. You can see it is thin, flat. So thin, flat, and what is the shape? Curved. The shape is curved. So thin, flat, curved bones. Protective cage is formed by this around the organs like heart and lungs. Around the organs, the most important organs, heart and lungs. All the ribs are joined to the backbone at the back, but except the last two ribs, remaining all the 10 are joined to the breastbone in the front also. So this is about rib cage. Next we will move to forelimbs. Next we will move to forelimbs. So there are two types of limbs in your human body. Forelimbs are not there in the case of birds or which are having the flying wings. The wings are the modified structure of forelimbs. For human being, the forelimbs are your hands. So you can see the structure of forelimbs. Here I have showed you the arm part. So what is this one? So your hand connected to the shoulder part. This is a scapular apparatus. This is called as shoulder bones. Shoulder, the other name is shoulder bones. Here you can see a one long one. This is your collarbone. This is your collarbone. So here the connection is given with the help of a joint that is called as, what is the name of the joint which is connecting your shoulder to your arm part? It is your ball and socket joint. With the help of that, your hand is connected, and the long part which is connected from the shoulder bone till your elbow, this bone is called as, what is the name? Humerus. And from the elbow, so at elbow, what is the name of the joint? Hinge joint. After hinge joint, you can see two bones are connected to your part. Here it is. So to your palm, you can see two bones are there. The left side here, this side it is called as radius, and right side here, this side you can see as ulna. So these are the different bones. So you have three bones here: humerus, radius, and ulna. And coming to the bones of palm, after this you can see a wrist here. So wrist, it is made up of interlocked types of bones. Total number it is 8. So 8 bones are there in the wrist. From the wrist, the bones of the palm, you can see, count and see how many bones are there. We have 5 fingers. Here 1, here 2, here 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, except your thumb, only 1 and 2. So only 2 bones are present in the case of the one finger, that is your thumb. What are called for the bones of the wrist? It is called as carpals. Carpals, it is the name of the bone of your wrist. So this is about your forelimb. Next we will move to hind limb. Your pelvic girdle, that is your hip bone. It is called as pelvic girdle. That is making you or helping you to sit. Next, from the pelvic girdle, here also you can see the ball and socket joint. ball and socket joint, which is giving the connection from the pelvic girdle to the longest bone of your body called as femur. So which is your longest bone? Femur. So which is your shortest bone? The bones which is present in the middle of the ear. That is anvil, stirrup and hammer. That you will be studying in 8th standard about the smallest bones of your ear. Here in this hind limb you can see the longest bone called as femur. The femur is connected to the knee joint. It is here. This is kneecap. It is called as patella. What's the name? Patella. So the patella joint, that place only you can see what is the name of the knee joint? Hinge. So like your elbow and knee, there are a type of joint, it is called as hinge joint. So hinge joint is connecting the femur to the lower part of your leg. And after patella, you can see there are two types of bones at the lower leg. It is called as, the thick one is called as tibia, and the shortest one, the thin one, it is called as fibula. So tibia and fibula and femur. So there are three types of bones in your legs. The femur is the longest one. After femur, the two are tibia and fibula. Coming to the down part, this is your foot. So like wrist here, ankle is there. This part is packed with how many bones are there? Total 7. In wrist it was 8. Here 7 are interlocked. And after that you have ankle. This is a foot part. You can see the toes. So how many are there? 5 are there. The same way like palm. The long ones are having 3 small bones which are connected each other, and the short one is having only 2. So this is about your hind limb. So we have completed the entire human skeletal system: skull, backbone, rib cage and the types of limbs in part 2. In next part, we will be discussing about joints. Hope you all understood.